Do you feel inconsistent and find yourself getting frustrated with Valorant? Then fixing your mentality might be the answer to your problems. Gamer mentality is prevalent in almost any community, and Valorant is no exception. Although we can all sit here and say, I shouldn't be raging and I need to focus on my teammates less, actually fixing these issues is hard, but I feel confident that I have found some solutions to these issues. My name is Berlin, and I'm a collegiate Valorant player with high Immortal ranked experience and over a year of coaching experience. To jump into this topic, I think understanding where you're going wrong with your mentality is the first step of solving it. And to start with, I think everyone is different and everyone has their different mentality, but most of the time, and this is pretty much 95% of the case, it's you're focusing on variables and distractions inside the game. And kind of what I mean by that is a lot of people will focus on their teammates and how unlucky they're getting, and oh my god, my computer runs 20 less frames than this guy, he has better ping than me. And I think that is the biggest issue with the mentality. And I think just to kind of like start with that is like just the overall like idea, bro. You're not even enjoying the game. Like people that like have this issue, you're generally just miserable. You're not actually enjoying your time on the game, and I think that is such a huge like problem that people don't even understand. If you're not enjoying the game, you're not going to want to get on and play and improve. There are rare cases of people who like have mentality problems and are really trying to improve and just can't really seem to get it, but most of the mentality issues that I'm going to be talking about in this video, and like pretty much all of it, is just you're focusing on your teammates, you're getting annoyed, you're getting mad, you're focusing on external variables, basically everything that's not your own gameplay. Like I will watch players and coach players and they don't even focus on their own gameplay the entire game. Like, how are you going to improve? The next kind of like point of understanding is just like how much of a snowball that mentality can really be, and I think a lot of players don't really understand it. I think from the beginning of the first round, if you're not on top of it, it's so easy to really get caught in the snowball and just roll all the way down the hill, and then by the time you know it, like the game's over and you are just fuming, like smoke coming out of your ears, you're pissed and you just lost and you didn't even learn anything from it because you were too busy focused on another like kind of point with understanding it is I think you really need to like step back and reflect and like ask yourself, do you really want to get better? I'm assuming if you clicked on this video you do, but I mean there's some players who just want to play casually, but if you don't want to play casually and you want to get better, then might as well try to get better, you know? Like don't just like sitting in the middle is the worst possible case to me. Like it's fine if you want to play casual and like just play a bunch of swift plays and stuff, but if you genuinely want to get better, put in time to get better. Otherwise, you're just wasting time on competitive. The main, like, basically to like encompass where you need to be to have a good mentality is you need to be focused on improving rather than winning. And I think, how do I do that? Like, you know, obviously it's easier said than done, but I think just to kind of like start with like how you change that is there are so many things you can be doing to improve it, and you already know it. You already know some of the main things that you could be doing. You can aim train, although I'm not a huge like believer of aim training. I don't think it's the best thing. You can aim train. That is good. You could go play deathmatch. You could go play TDMs. You could go do VOD review. You could go watch pro VOD analysis, like I've said in my other videos. You can do all those things right now, and you watching this video is good. That is a good step to improving. But a lot of players in their free time and outside of ranked don't do these things. Get on top of it. If you want to improve, then improve. Like, there's no one stopping you except yourself, you know? And I think going into the game and like doing stuff outside of the game, kind of going into that round one with a good mentality, you're fresh and you're wanting to get better, that is like the biggest first step. You're focused, like at the beginning of the game, you're focused. Hey, I am going to focus on things that I do wrong, and I'm going to try to take away as much as I can and learn from this. So to kind of encompass all of the understanding portion of this video, I think really just take a step back and either watch a VOD of yourself or try to self-reflect and realize if you are genuinely getting mad at everything, and are you even taking away anything out of a comp game that you play? Because if your answer is no, I'm not taking away anything, or yeah, I'm taking away some things, then that is the issue. Like we need to be taking away things from comp games. We need to be improving. And after you do that, which most if not anybody has stuff that they can work on, even me, like I have mentality problems that I need to work on. Everyone should have said, yeah, I have some mentality problems. Now we can actually start to improve these problems and fix them. Now, the first step to improving your mentality, in my opinion, is preparation. I've already kind of dipped on this in the understanding portion, but the most important thing is preparing yourself to go into a comp game. Every single time, this is something you can control. Every single time you press the Q game, be ready to learn and treat it like you're getting a lecture in school, right? Because you're going to be thrown a lot of information. You're going to have a lot of scenarios that you're going to be able to learn from. And if you're not even trying to learn, then you have just wasted an hour, right? Like, sure, you might have won the game, but someone who's really trying to improve and really like focusing is going to improve at a much faster rate than someone who, yeah, might be better at the time, but is just not focused on it. And like, yeah, they might win half their games, but like, how good are you really getting? Now, some solid steps for preparation, like I said, is just, mentally getting into it before the game and doing things outside of the game, like VOD review, which I wouldn't recommend VOD review. I think, although it's really good, it's really tedious and it's really hard to like stick with it. Even myself, I really can't just sit down for an hour and watch myself play. But I think watching pro VOD or watching streamers, which basically is just like a match of a streamer playing. Just try to find agents that you play and watch pros play it. That can help a lot. That like, I think that is a really important part to like actually just like, because when you watch those, you're taking away things and you're realizing stuff that you don't have in your game. And I think that automatically just kind of puts you in a learner's mindset. It puts you in a place that I would deem like viable. So now that we've kind of like shifted the focus to ourselves and how we're improving ourselves, which I think that is the biggest first step. I'm gonna say it again. The next portion, I think, is trying to find consistency within your play. I think a lot of players tend to bounce around agents, bounce around like maps that they like and different strats and things. And I think it's fine to try new things and to branch off, but I really think specifically the agents that you play should be consistent. I've already went over in past videos what agents I think you should be playing, but it doesn't really matter that much. I just think Duelist and Clove are, you're going to get more fights and you're going to get more experience. But either way, even if you're playing an Initiator, lock in Initiator. Don't bounce around. Don't try different types of play, because a Duelist is way different than an Initiator, how they're supposed to be played. And I think a lot of players don't really understand that and find themselves playing Duelist when they're primarily a baiter, right? It's okay to be a baiter, but like, don't play Duelist. Play into your comfort. And I think just sticking with that agent, sticking with, like, for example, if you're an Initiator, play Sova on most maps and then play Fade on Lotus and Bind. Either way, it doesn't really matter. Just stick within an Initiator role and just try to like master that and get good at that. I think that really helped me recently. I've kind of like made a shift to only Initiator because I feel like I'm good at Initiator, and it's really been helping me, and I think a lot of you guys should try it. The next thing, so this might be a little like conspiracy, but I think in my opinion, really try to like get the blood flowing before games. Go work out, go on a walk, go do something enjoyable before you queue. Don't just like get up, not shower and queue. Like, dude, you're gonna be miserable, bro. Like you're just like, you're like playing into the Reddit mod stereotypes, like go take a shower, go take your dog for a walk, go work out, and then get on and play the game. Like come in with a fresh mindset, come clean, come like Obviously, like I said, this sounds like conspiracy, but I think it does actually help the mental portion of it. I think a lot of like how to actually fix it is kind of like you just have to try it on your own and find things that work. For me, like I said, the working out before has been good. Maybe like eating something certain is good, but like either way, the knowledge that I can give you is you should try things and you should not go into a game where you're like just waking up and just playing. I think the next point that I want to discuss and like next kind of action that you can take is do whatever you possibly can to stop focusing on your teammates. The second you get freed from those shackles, I promise you, you're going to enjoy the game so much more. You are going to have bad teammates. That's going to happen. You're going to have unlucky moments. That's going to happen. Everybody has that. Otherwise, some pro like you watch a pro player play the game and they go 23-16. Yeah, they're doing good, but they're not going 40-0 because there's unlucky moments. There's bad teammates. Like it's just gonna happen. No one's perfect, and like the game, there's so many variables that you can't control. That is the main point. You cannot control them, and you have to stop focusing on them. And like some things that you can kind of do that like work for me sometimes, just mute people. Like if someone's being annoying, you don't have to just sit there and take it. Like you could just mute them. Like you don't have to fight back, don't have to create an argument, just mute them. Stop it. If the enemy team's texting, mute all enemy chat. Just stop it. Like you don't have to like just sit there and take a mental beating for no reason. And if you can't really like get there on your own, I think you might just need to go into games full muting everybody. I think most players will be able to like, if they go into a game and they're focusing on not worrying about teammates, they'll be able to like get past it. But once you get past that, that's like a huge milestone for mental development, in my opinion. And like once I really like got past that point, that's when I feel like I really started becoming a good player. Like your growth just goes, it just starts skyrocketing because you're actually focused on your own game and you're not focused on your loser Omen who missed the one way and then it gets you killed. Like, yeah, it's gonna happen, but like you'll find ways to adapt. And I think just getting past this checkpoint and trying different things and really like putting a lot of focus into this is like, I think the final point and action that I want to talk about in terms of how to fix your mentality in Valorant is I've already like kind of gone over the basics of it with, take a step back and reflect. Do you want to take the game seriously or not? And if you answer yes, you need to look at the people around you. There's a good quote, you are who you surround yourself with. And I think a lot of players duo queue and trio queue with losers that have these mental problems and don't take the game as seriously as you. Like you're just wearing ankle weights. Just drop them. Like obviously if they're your best friend, you don't just have to stop talking to them, but like just don't queue with people that are like bringing your mentality down. Don't queue with people who are just negative. Stop putting yourself in negative situations when you can take yourself out of it. I think overall, besides everything, biggest thing is just reflecting within yourself. Like reflecting on your environment, reflecting like, oh, are you taking a shower before? Are you eating something good? Or are you just getting up and playing with some loser that's in your ear the entire time? Like there's clear night and day like environments that are gonna help your mentality. And there's clear night and day preparation that is gonna help your mentality. And honestly, just the point of this video is just to like bring awareness that this is a problem, and like a lot of players tend to like suffer from this, and I think it holds them back like tremendously. And I think like mentality is probably the most important thing in terms of improving. Like you could play a bunch of games and just have the worst mentality ever versus someone like me where I can play on a random account and get it to immortal within 20-30 levels, right? Like I've seen people who are like level 400 something and they're gold. That's a mentality issue. Like you're playing more than me and like you're still gold. Like you're obviously not like picking up the things. Like I said, just understanding it, just really trying to reflect and get yourself in that zone, and I promise you things are going to work out. As long as you're trying to improve, you will improve. If you're getting the games in and you're playing a lot and you're being consistent with the game and taking it seriously, I promise you, if you try to improve, you will improve. That is like one of the biggest things. Just like actually try to take it seriously just a little bit. And I promise you guys will all get better with your mentalities and everything will be great.